So he was at 39, you offered him 32, and you did get him to reconsider the price and go lower.
Yep.
I think that's an amazing story about how having the uncomfortable conversation up front really saves you a lot of headache down the road.
That's right. And like you have to constantly be thinking about the end result and give yourself a buffer on maybe my calculation is wrong. Maybe rehab is going to be a little bit bigger. Now, I can say after I got in the office, I came back in, I typed in the square footage to my calculator, and I was actually over what the calculator said I was going to be. When I said 10,000, the calculator says 7,000. So I think I'm within that range that between $7,000 to $10,000 is where the rehab is going to end up.
Amazing.
The DealMachine REI podcast. Everything you need to know to get started in real estate investing.
I've got the actual paper contract with me today.
Oh, let's see it. Hold it up to the camera. Okay.
You can't see it. So when I was walking through there, I'm just kind of making an assessment of what things are right and wrong with the property. On the outside, it had vinyl siding, had vinyl windows, had a new roof. I noticed it had a newer looking HVAC system. So I was encouraged with the outside. Not much you would really need to do to make this property in good condition. Maybe some pressure washing on the outside to clean up the exterior, but inside it was very similar. It was, mild, very mild paint, light fixtures. You could make a case to do some cleaning on the flooring, or if you wanted to sand and refinish them. But nothing was major. Nothing was like really out of place. So in my head, I was thinking this is going to be 10,000, easily 10,000. So I knew the area well enough to know the ARV is going to be about $85,000 on this property. So I took my $85,000. I did the 70% rule on that, minus the $10,000 for the repairs, and then minus a $10,000 assignment fee. That takes me down to $39,500, right? And so I asked the guy, I said, I haven't had the conversation with you, what you're hoping to get out of this property. Can you fill me in on that? And he's like, what I would really like to get is 39 for this, because that would give me exactly what I'm in at it. Like right now, I'm in at 39. And in my head, I'm like, well, I'm at 39.5. So my first response was not, okay, sounds great. 39 is good. I went deeper because in my head, I'm like, I want to make sure that I have enough margin in the deal for the investor at the end. So I asked him, I said, what would you think of 32,000? And he's like, I don't want to take that big of a loss. I really am $39,000 into this project. And I said, well, can you come off of that 39 more? And he eventually settled at 38. And I had not even thrown out there. A lot of times, like, you'll keep the closing costs in the back of your, or in your tool pouch of, hey, I'll cover closing costs too. I hadn't even thrown that out there. So we settled at 38,000, which was already under where I wanted to be on my maximum allowable offer. And it worked out. I got it under contract. I'm getting ready to send out the marketing for it now. And this is one of those deals that within 24 hours, I'll have it assigned and we'll make a $10,000 profit on it.
Wow. So he was at 39, you offered him 32, and you did get him to reconsider the price and go lower.
Yep.
I think that's an amazing story about how having the uncomfortable conversation up front really saves you a lot of headache down the road.
That's right. And like you have to constantly be thinking about the end result and give yourself a buffer on maybe my calculation is wrong. Maybe rehab is going to be a little bit bigger. Now, I can say after I got in the office, I came back in, I typed in the square footage to my calculator, and I was actually over what the calculator said I was going to be. When I said 10,000, the calculator says 7,000. So I think I'm within that range that between $7,000 to $10,000 is where the rehab is going to end up.
Amazing. Well, I can't wait to hear how it goes. And just totally blown away by the way that you did that. I have renegotiated a price, but it was because I had like hard evidence of something costing more. And I love that. And I'm very amazed that you did that without having like a bid, right? Or a receipt,
right,
showing. So that kudos to you. I was just wondering, I've got my renovation budget from one of my houses that I did in like 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. Do you want to play a game with me?
Let's do it.
I could show you the costs of some of these line items, and I want you to tell me if it's spot on or if it's too low.
Okay.
And I think that could be fun for somebody that doesn't know how much anything costs, like me when I was starting out, could get an idea about what some of this stuff costs. And that way they can actually look over a house, take pictures. And what I did was I actually got this book called The Book on Estimating Rehab Costs. It is published by Bigger Pockets, and I used it as a reference, looked at my pictures. I was like, yep, that needs to be replaced. Nope, that's fine. Yes, this needs replaced, and kind of built the original spreadsheet. And so here's the first line for you, Ryan, is a glass sliding door for a back patio. And I believe that cost on my book here $150. Is that spot on, or is that too low?
That's too low.
What would it cost, you think?
I'm gonna put a glass sliding door, patio door, probably gonna be, like $400.
Okay. Now I've got a front entry door for $1,000.
Yeah, that's too high.
That's too high, even if it has like some decorative glass.
I mean, it depends on what. Yeah, I mean, it's going to depend on what type of door. But even some of the most expensive doors, I have not seen one come in quite that high.
Dude, I got a fancy schmancy rental property here. Now, how about an interior door? Well, no, I'm calling these a French door. That would be a closet, right? French door. Yeah, that's in your
French
closet.
door, yeah. Could be a double closet, I guess, if you had two doors.
What does a 60-inch French door cost, you think? I have $150. You think it's spot on or too low?
I think it's too low. I would say probably closer to almost double that price.
Okay. How about an interior 5-panel door? $150.
That's pretty close. Like maybe 160, 170. You're pretty close.
Okay. Now, how about like your average size window, like 43 by 45? I have $350.
That's probably pretty close as well. 250 to 350 range is pretty accurate.
Now, one thing I realized is white is the default color, and that's cheap. Yes. I did put black windows in a house, and it did increase the price quite a bit, more than you'd think.
I would probably say it's almost double or more for black. Mm-hmm. I've never used black. I have done a lot of painting windows black, but I've not had them where they're black vinyl.
Mm-hmm. This is a 1,500 square foot house, by the way. So cabinets and hardware for kitchen and one master bathroom. That's just the cabinets and hardware. I have $3,400.
Seems accurate.
Okay. Countertops and sinks. Solid surface for kitchen and the master bath. $2,700.
Yeah, that seems accurate. Might be a little bit low, but very close.
Okay. Demo and insulation for the kitchen and master bath cabinets is $1,500.
I would say that's probably accurate. I have it. Mine are always based on per cabinet.
Okay, gotcha. What have you ever updated the service on a house before?
I have. Yeah, if it's just going from 100 to 200 amp, I would assume closer to $2,000. But if there's like wiring that needs to be ran and receptacles that need to be replaced, light fixtures that need to be installed, you could definitely rack up a bill. A complete rewire, panel upgrade, weatherhead, meter base, I paid about that exact dollar. But that was for a complete rewire.
We did. The weatherhead is how it comes in through the roof. Yes, we got a new one of those, new meter base, new panel. Mm-hmm. And then it says he replaced all the outlets because before I think it didn't have copper wiring. And so you can rewire an entire house just through the attic without tearing up the walls. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened here.
Yeah, then that's a fair price.
And so if you open up the circuit breaker and you see fuses that look round, you're going to have to do this. Basically,
Yeah,
that's what my situation was. Because now the circuit breakers aren't like fuses that you screw in, right? They're circuit breakers, which are switches. Right. Yeah. So let's pull up. Tell me how you estimated on yours. So it seems like a lot of these, even though these are a few years old, they're still kind of within the range to be using for estimation.
Yeah. So first and foremost, mine is a quick rehab calculator. So what was your square footage?
1,500 square feet.
1,500. And would you categorize that as a mild, moderate, extensive, or gut? So let's break this down a little bit. Mild would be like paint, light fixtures, window blinds, and a general cleaning. Moderate would be texturing walls, wall patch, exterior paint, window repairs, flooring. Extensive, and when you go up by tier, you actually everything that's under it would be included in this as well. So you have sheetrock, plumbing repair, electrical repair, roof, bathroom and kitchen updates.
Extensive for sure.
Yeah. And how much did you pay in total?
77,000.
Okay, I was at 67.5, so we're
in the ballpark.
In the ballpark, yeah.
I probably paid a little too much extra for the power washing, so it's just something that is on my fault. And also in my $75,000, that includes like paying a fee to borrow money as well. Yeah. I included that in my like rehab budget. So if you subtract out, $6,000 for borrowing money for several months, then I'm probably really close. You said 67,000?
Yep.
Nice, man. That's great. I'm actually really glad you did that, because now somebody can take your formula and just spot check where they're at and make a quick offer.
Yeah, everything for me is based off of square footage, and then the quick calculation is that price per square foot. So if it doesn't need a ton, or if it need, like yours, I was calculating $45 a square foot, and that's what came out, 67.5.
Thanks for listening to the DealMachine Real Estate Investing Podcast. Please leave us a review and follow along wherever you're listening to your podcast.